Salute.
Voch is actually like one of the most entertaining people I watch.
City boy, city boy.
Oh, your mama sure does care about your schooling, son.
Voch is actually like one of the most entertaining people I watch.
Yeah, here we go.
KD Beats.
Beats Planet.
What's up, y'all? No loud sounds. No loud sounds. You know, somebody was like, yo, Voch, you should give this type of episode a name, you know? Like it should have some type of identifier, you know what I mean? And I thought about it for a while, you know what I mean? I like, should I call it like the Salt and Pepper Lounge or something? Because it's in black and white? I don't know what to call this establishment of mine. I don't know. I don't know. But boy, we got some things to talk about today. We got some things to talk about today. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they be asking why Voch don't talk like that same old guy, because I just don't know how anymore. It's called growth. It's called growth, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for being here. Love y'all to pieces. We talking about Dak Prescott, the MVP, and we're going to talk about him all day. Dig this. My dad once told me, great parenting, by the way. He told me, he said, son, the minute you're the smartest man in the room, you need to find another room. Son, when you're the smartest man in the room, you need to find a new room. I have found many new rooms. No loud sounds, no loud sounds. But I say that humbly though, right? I haven't found many new rooms, 3 or 4 or 5 new rooms because I'm that much smarter than everybody. No. I'm constantly finding new rooms because I'm constantly evolving. I'm in a room. I'm like the least smart person in that room, and then I grow and I evolve. The minute I become the smartest person in that room, then I'm going to go to another room and I'm going to evolve, chat. Voch, why are you saying this? People don't seem to want to evolve in this Dak Prescott conversation. Why is that? Why is that? Why is it so difficult? No loud sounds. Why is it so difficult, right? Why is it so difficult for people to obtain new information on Dak Prescott? Because if there's anything about Rain Dakota Prescott over his career, he always brings something brand new to the conversation, boy. See, Baker Mayfield is who Baker Mayfield is when he got here, He is who he was. Justin Herbert is who he was when he got here. They're the same person. it's so interesting what this Dak Prescott character does, because he'll come out and he'll be a certain way. The league adjusts. He'll change and turn into another dude. He deals with Kellen. He changes and turn into another dude. And by damn, he go deals with Mike McCarthy, a whole nother dude.
Yeah, here we go.
No loud sounds. No loud sounds. So why is that, chat? Dak can't rap like the same old guy because he don't know how anymore. You know what I mean? The one thing I find interesting about this MVP conversation, and chat, I got clips today. And if y'all want to call into the show, call into the show. Sneak peek, call into the show. The one thing that's interesting about Dak's MVP, you know, the conversation surrounding it in particular, the one thing that's weird about it, right? It's always been like a quarterback position for the most part. A quarterback award, a quarterback trophy, whatever you want to call it. It's always been a quarterback thing. You know? We acknowledge MVP as the best player / best quarterback in this league. That's what we normally crown MVP to, because quarterback is the most important position in the league. So I guess the best player, that makes sense, correct? This has been the only year I've ever seen it. Chad, just tell me if I'm off. Tell me if I'm wrong. This year seems to be the only position we hear dialogue around the MVP conversation. We have a clear best quarterback in the league, and it seems like now all of a sudden this ain't a great year for MVP. Y'all notice that? Y'all notice that? Y'all notice that? No loud sounds. I mean, no loud sounds, y'all. No loud sounds. I've heard some national media members, and y'all know I do not recommend anybody watch national media. I don't recommend nobody do that, but I just say these things to keep you focused, right? I've even heard national media say things, oh, we're having an off year this year. We're having a weird kind of year this year. So I guess Dak Prescott's in the conversation. What's a weird year? No loud sounds. What is a weird year, chat? What is a weird year for the MVP race? The year is so weird that we can't consider, oh, well, if Dak's in the conversation, it's a weird year. Was it a weird year before he was in MVP conversation? Hell no, I'd be damned.
No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up.
Boy, wasn't nothing weird about the MVP conversation until Dak Prescott entered it. You want to know something else though, chat? It's not a part of the acronym, you know? Because you got to sell it, right? For example, if we came out and said, oh, and the winner of the MVP OTY award, that doesn't have a great ring to it, you know? The MVP OTY of the year. So when we talk about MVP, I would assume that it's common knowledge that we're talking about of the year. Now, chat, I'm building my case because we got a long conversation here. We got a long conversation to have on this live stream. I want y'all to get comfy. I want y'all to put water, flames, and fours in the chat if you ain't doing nothing. It's almost common knowledge that when we talk about the MVP award, just like cornerback of the year, no loud sounds, cornerback of the year, or the Bednarik award, the Nagurski, the Heisman. Can you imagine if, you know, and I don't know how much college football y'all watch, right? But Jaden Daniels, quarterback from LSU, should be winning the Heisman this year. That's like somebody saying, oh, Jaden Daniels should win the Heisman. Yeah, I mean, he would be Heisman, but, you know, he ain't did nothing the last 3 years. So, I mean, you know what I mean? His first year at LSU wasn't enough. He didn't win LSU any championships, so I can't call Jaden Daniels the Heisman, right? Just, you know. in my mind, are you the most valuable player of the year? That's what we talking about. Why are we talking about 2019? I'll get there, Chad. Y'all just be patient with me, man. Don't go nowhere, dog. We got a long way to go. We got a long show, Chad. Y'all get comfortable, please. Why are we going back to 2019 where we're talking about Dak Prescott's most valuable player candidacy, OTY, most MVP, OTY? Why are we going way back with Linehan and shit? Like, what we doing? Plus, what's so wrong with gaining new information and changing your mind? I said that earlier, but it's going to be brought back 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, right? With new information, this is the funny part. Chat. This is the most hilarious part. Y'all ready? Let me turn. Band, please. Can y'all turn the music down, please? Please, chat. Watch this, chat. We talk about the MVP, the most valuable player, right? When we talk about Dak and MVP, they find a way to sneak Super Bowls in there. Don't they hand out the trophy before the Super Bowl?
That's fact.
Yes, here we go!
The more event didn't take place. You're right. You were right.
Don't they hand that shit out before the Super Bowl? Don't they have an awards before the damn Super Bowl? So why in tarnation? No loud sounds, man. I don't want to scream in this club, man. I got some stuff to talk about, chat. I got some stuff to talk about, chat. Cause Pat Mahomes don't play bad teams at all. He played the Raiders twice, but they don't play bad teams. Jalen Hurts and them play the same damn schedule we play. No. Can't get him. Well, let's give it to Tyreek Hill and them. Hey, Tyreek ain't look. The Dolphins ain't beat no good teams neither, dog. So what we? All right, man. I ain't gonna. So when they talk about Tyreek Hill's MVP, do they go, well, how many good corners has he lined up against? See, y'all don't want to. I got this little situation I want to react to, man. It's actually 2 videos. On 105.3 The Fan, the G-Bag Nation, man. Chill Follow does great work over there. Brian Ross does great work over there. Zach Woolchuck does some great work over there, man. They was reacting to a Mina Kimes clip. And I don't know why we don't fanboy over Mina Kimes a little bit more, man. She really does her she does her thug thizzle out here. You know, out of all the little nonsense people that we got on the internet, Mina Kimes don't really, you know, she don't come on here playing no foo-foo, you know what I mean? We need to fanboy over Mina Kimes a little bit more, you know? But they was reacting to Mina Kimes, right? I'm gonna react to them in a second. Word by word what they said. You know, I mean, you know, they not on trial. This ain't court. We just want to talk. No loud sounds. I mean, we just want to talk. You know? But this is the clip that they were reacting to. It was Mina Kimes and some other character. I don't know who this is. Who this is? Who this is, Chad? Who him? Chad, who this? I don't know who that is. But they're doing some show together. It's Mike Golick Jr. That's him? Oh, I apologize. We might do a show one day or something. We're not doing a show. I don't know. But we're gonna react to this clip. Band, please. Please, band. Please, band. Thank you so much. Thank you. Actually, just play a little lighter. We're gonna listen to Mina. Thank y'all. We're gonna listen to Mina and Mike Golick Jr. talk about Dak Prescott's candidacy, and then we're gonna react to the G-Bag characters. Monday through Friday, 2 to 7 on 105.3 The Fan. All right, let's get into it. Let's do these. Let me move OBS over here. Let me look at my chat box. Look at my lovely chat box. Let's see. Texas D, Tony up in there. Esteban, that means Steve. What's up, Esteban? Ryan, Dale, Paul, Roshan, Rise up in here. What's up, y'all? What's good? I'm glad y'all came to see me, man. Hallelujah up in here. Mr. Boxing Moves is up in here. What's good, y'all? What's good, man? Appreciate y'all. Let's see what Mina Kimes got to say.
A quarterback who.
Okay, I got to turn Mina up a little bit. She whispering. Mina Kimes whispering. Let me cut this all the way down so we can listen to what Mina Kimes say. Okay, now it's on mute. Now she ain't saying nothing. Hold on, wait. Here we go. Okay, hold on, wait. Boom. Okay, see. The good thing about this, I work for the volume, but see, I was a YouTuber first. If you're a YouTuber, you can damn near produce podcasts. 1, 2, 3. Is my sound good now?
A quarterback who.
Listen to that beautiful beam footage. Let's listen to what Mina Kimes got to say about Dak Prescott, man.
A quarterback who, at the moment, looks like the best quarterback in football. I don't think that should be a controversial take. I guess when you get into the MVP of it all is when people start yelling, although he's the best quarterback in football, so he probably should be the MVP favorite. I feel like that you can find MVP a bunch of different ways. You can consider different kinds of players, all of that, nonsense. But if you just ask me who's the best quarterback in football right now, it's Dak Prescott.
Hey, what's time? Let's just stop this for a second. And I think this is important, right? Because I think a lot of people are getting hung up on. The wording. And I think people will take that wording, and because it's Dak Prescott, they feel away. But Voch Lombardi love y'all to pieces. I'm not going to feel away. There's not a quarterback playing the position better. I want everybody to take out their pen and to take out their notepad and write this down because it will be on the test. Voch says this: if you're playing the best at your position, then you're the best at that position. I need y'all grown people to grow up. I need y'all grown ass people to grow up. Oh, well, Dak is playing the best quarterback right now, but he ain't the best quarterback right now. I need y'all grown ass people to grow up. If Christian McCaffrey is playing the running back position better than everybody else, he's the best running back. If Fred Warner is playing the best linebacker out of everybody else, he's the best linebacker. If Tyreek Hill is playing wide receiver better than anybody else, he's the best wide receiver in football. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If Tyler Smith is playing the best left guard out of all left guards, then he's the best left guard in football. I don't understand, chat. I love Micah Parsons to pieces. But if the smart people tell me, hey man, look, Micah's incredible, but Myles Garrett is playing the best edge in football right now, then he's the best edge in football right now. This shit ain't hard. Chat, this shit ain't hard. If Creed Humphrey is playing the best center in football right now, then he's the best football center. Shit, the best center in football right now. So chat, why is it so hard? Chat, why is it so difficult? Chat, why does it hurt people so much? To the fact that they'll come out here and say, hey man, Dak might be playing the best quarterback in football right now, but that don't mean he's the best quarterback in football right now. The best whatever can change. Because when you get new information, you can change. It's okay. It's okay. For example, chat, watch this. In the past 5 years, I'm going back to running back, right? Not even 5, let's just say 3 years, right? I'm going back to running back. In the past 3 years, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, they've all taken turns being the best running back in football. Y'all want to know why? Because they was playing the best running back in football at the time when we said it. You know something we don't say? We don't say, oh, well, that San Francisco offensive line is much better, so I'm going to give it to Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to say Jonathan Taylor's the best running back in football because I can't give it to Christian McCaffrey because he got Kyle Shanahan and the best the best offensive line in football right now. So I can't give it to Christian McCaffrey. Yes, the fuck you can. Yeah, you can. Yes, you 100% can. See, the best is an accumulation, right? You know, the best is an accumulation of many things, right? I mean, the team that got the best run game may not be the best offense.
Did you hear what I said?
The Washington Football Wizards, Sam Howell has thrown for the most passing yards in the league, but you know. You know. It's a combination of things, you know. So yeah, brother Patrick is definitely more talented than Dak Prescott, but Matt Stafford is more talented than a lot of these people, right? So what? So if we just leaning on talent, right? If we leaning on talent, how come every year we don't say Matthew Stafford is better than Joe Burrow? Why don't we say that? If we're only leaning on talent, why is Tua Tagovailoa even in the conversation? There's many things that needs to be put in this pot to determine how well you're playing. Air yards, quarterback rating, accuracy rating, third down numbers, how many first downs you get, how many attempts you throw, completion percentage. There are many things that go in that pot, chat. So how come when we talk about is Dak the best quarterback in the league, we go to dudes that got more arm talent than him? Yeah, it's always going to be somebody that got more arm talent than him, just like it's people that have more arm talent than Drew Brees and Tom Brady. But there's a pot of shit that you put all these ingredients in to make one dish that'll tell you that Dak Prescott's playing the best quarterback in the league right now. And to me, that means he's the best. No loud noises, though. Let's just keep listening to me in the comments. Hey man, I ain't gonna say that. Let's keep look what Mina talking about.
I the way he's playing.
I'm stuttering too, man. It's okay.
The command of the offense, the playmaking with his legs. I sent out a bunch of splits for all the ways in which he leads the NFL, but I think the one that jumps out to me the most, and maybe
Mina Kines, you telling me that Dak Prescott leads a quarterback metric in the NFL and there's way more than one of them? You saying that Dak Prescott, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, leads the league in multiple quarterback metrics? My God, let's keep listening.
Legs. I sent out a bunch of splits.
For
all the ways in which he leads the NFL.
All the ways.
I think the one that jumps out to me the most, and maybe the one that's the best case for him being the MVP of the league, is that he is the best quarterback in football on third down. And then I was
shit. Y'all fucking around. Y'all bullshit. Me and the cons up here. Smacking the shit out y'all with this guy with these facts.
It's fact. Yes. A similar event did take place. You're right. You were right.
Our research found a published report of a similar story.
Me and the cons up here beating the shit out y'all with facts, and y'all up here talking about what y'all feel like. Boy, y'all kidding me.
Jumps out to me the most, and maybe the one that's the best case for him being the MVP of the league, is that he is the best quarterback in football on third down. And then I was curious how it compares over his career because he has a 91.2 QBR on third down. If you don't
91.2 QBR on third down is crazy. Boy, you can graduate with honors with that shit. You kidding me?
like QBR, it's every other metrics, number 1, 2. That's 20 points higher than than at any point in his career. And he's had some very good seasons. Like you go to the 2021 season, you see he ranks really highly in the number metrics.
So you telling me Dak Prescott, his entire career, has been a top quarterback in many metrics, but right now she's talking about third down, right? Third down is a money down in the National Football League. Mina Kimes, who does real ass research that y'all can Google, y'all just won't, not you like y'all watching, but them that y'all can Google, but you're lazy, right? Mina Kimes say Dak Prescott has always been a top quarterback on third down QBR. He's always been at the top of the league in these quarterback metrics. But this year in particular, he's 20 points higher than he's ever been. So not only has he been one of the best, but this year he's 20 points better.
Did you hear what I said?
Hey man, but MVP is it's a weird conversation this year, you know? It's a weird little conversation this year. A lot of strange stuff is happening in MVP. I can put Trent Williams in the MVP. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Nick Rice say put Trent Williams in there.
Throw those out the window. When the offense is on the quarterback's shoulders and he has to drop back and pass, Dak Prescott is playing at a higher level than he ever has over the course of his career. Wow. And he's playing at a higher level than anyone else in the NFL right now.
Chat, write that down. No loud noise. I'm sorry. Chat, please write that down. Chat, please write that down. It will be on the test. I see a couple of people in my chat, man. Y'all just trying to down Ms. Mina, dog. Y'all can say what you want to about Ms. Mina, dog. Mina is she's dealing with shit that y'all can Google. Y'all just lazy. This ain't Dan Orlovsky here. This ain't my man's with the Bartholomew. This ain't Bar Scott. This ain't Shady McCoy. Y'all come here with your lazy shit all you want to. Voch ain't having it. Y'all write that down, please. That will be on the test. Not only is that a high for Dak Prescott, but that's a high for all quarterbacks.
Dak Prescott is playing at a higher level than he ever has over the course of his career, and he's playing at a higher level than anyone else in the NFL right now.
And it is amazing.
I care nothing about this loud character. All right, so let's get into what they were saying on G-Bag Nation here. That's basically the clip that they were reacting to, right? I just want to break this thing down, man, bit by bit, and just give my reactions on what they talking about, you know? Because Dak Prescott just...
Did you hear what I said?
All right, well, Chuck, lead us off.
Keep the pressure on that second.
What the business is, sir.
The league, he is the best quarterback in football on third down. And then I was curious how it compares over his career because he has a 91.2 QBR on third down. That's 20 points higher.
They reacted
to me. Keep the pressure on that secondary.
They reacted to me. We'll do it like this.
MVP of the league.
We'll do it like this.
On third down. That's 20 points higher than at any point in his career. And he's had some very good seasons. When the offense is on the quarterback's shoulders and he has to drop back and pass, Dak Prescott is playing at a higher level than he ever has over the course of his career. And he's playing at a higher level than anyone else in the NFL right now.
Narrative-wise, I didn't think we'd need to talk anyone into the Dallas Cowboys quarterback who's winning a bunch of games.
Chad, I really tried to avoid this loud screaming character, dog. Like he can't be up in here screaming while we got beautiful jazz music playing While my waitress bringing me water, we can't have this loud screaming character, but I guess we got to deal with it.
And it's the best on third down, which is like the easiest big blinking sign of the things that we love about quarterbacks in clutch moments. I thought all that would just have him very easily at number one in the like narrative MVP race of all of this. They've got 2 big primetime games down the home stretch of the season against great teams where he'll have the opportunity to absolutely drive the nail in that call.
And honestly, how I feel though, chat, I think the Cowboys can win the rest of these games. I still think they're gonna find a way to say Buffalo Bills ain't shit. They're gonna find a way to say that the Miami Dolphins ain't no good. They're gonna find a way to say that the Detroit Lions are phony. They're gonna find a way to say, oh well, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles aren't really playing that well. They're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way to make you not feel the way that you should be feeling about Dak Prescott. But it's okay. Let's just keep on rocking, man. Let's keep rocking.
Coffin if he so chooses.
Damn right, Gojo. If he wants to, he's got the opportunity to go out and prove all the haters wrong. But I think that he was being a little naive with the Cowboy hate. I mean, it's just they don't want to see the success. They don't want the Cowboys quarterback to be the MVP. There's just a national perception of that. We don't want that. And Dak, we've seen it time and time again from these national shows getting scrutinized. And it's not even just for his play. I mean, you had the Carton show taking shots about him now having a child and being a father. We're personally attacking this man. We're trying to bring him down for things. It's really disgusting, the level that some of these national people are going.
I think Carton might be on drugs. I really do. That was weird. It was a bad take. Like,
I find this funny, right? And Chad, I just want y'all to stay focused. The Gavin Dawson character is really going to go in about dudes having bad takes. And he's gonna talk about all the people on his show looking at him crazy when he had bad takes. Y'all just write this down.
His castmates were like, "What is this? Craig Carton, who is one of the greatest sports radio hosts ever in the 2000s, like devolving into just weird bad takes." Okay,
that was the end of video 1. We got 6 videos today.
Thousands, like devolving into just weird bad takes. Let's see your medicine cabinet, bro. But no, I do think this is great. I know Eric probably has even more context on the numbers and exactly what that means. I do want to say I'm not surprised at all that statistically it looks like Dak is the best quarterback in the NFL. I don't think stats has ever been a problem for the guy. We've gotten to this point where statistically that's what it looks like. But I'm sorry, Mina Kimes, when anybody says he's the best quarterback in football right now, I got to say BS.
So let me say this. This is another thing that I have a huge issue with when it comes to like internet conversations in general, right? Why people act like they don't know where the fuck stats come from? I feel like when people have these conversations about Dak and the numbers that he puts up or whatever, I feel like in their mind, there's a dude with a book that says Dak stats. And it's that dude's job to just write numbers in there. To just write shit on it, just to write shit under the Dak's yards, Dak's touchdowns, right there. Just why are we pretending like stats are this imaginary thing that pop up out of nowhere? Why are we pretending like stats, analytics, and metrics are something that just pops the hell up out of nowhere? If the stat says 5 touchdowns, you know what happened? It tells the story. It means that character got into the end zone 5 times. It happened. That's what stats are. The stats tell the story. Now, of course, stats come with, with context, right? Stats require context. But this isn't like, I'm going back to Sam Howell, right? This isn't like, oh, Sam Howell is a top quarterback in yards. He should be considered one of the best. I'm not saying that because context matters. But if in every single stat, you're either the best, second, third, fifth, or top 10 somewhere, why are we pretending like those? It's a little warm outside for this goddamn blanket. Why are we pretending like stats just... Especially when all the best quarterbacks show up in the stat department. But we'll keep on listening though. We ain't doing nothing else. Let's just listen to what they talking about. And hold on, chat, time out. Time out though, chat. Hey, Sheila. Time out though, chat. We've also gotten better with stats, right? For example, people can act like stats don't matter, right? Now we have stats that provide context for other stats, right? When we're talking about pass rushers, we can't just simply talk about sacks. You can't just look at sacks and think that's the whole story about pass rushers, right? We add new stats. Now we have pressures. Now we have attempts. Now, pass rush attempts. Now we have quarterback hits. Now we have a stat called double team rate, the rate in which this player is double teamed. So there's no such thing as just a stat that don't matter. So you can look at quarterback yards and go, you know what? Quarterback yards isn't a very clear indication of what stats are. So you know what they did? They made QBR. They make QBR. And your quarterback rating is a combination of many quarterback stats. You can't hide from QBR. You cannot. If you got a high completion percentage, but all you do is dink and dunk, your QBR gonna let you know. If you throw a lot of picks, and we go, damn, you throw a lot of picks, but your passing attempts are really high, QBR gonna let you know. And many times just told you that Dak's QBR not only is this, but his QBR on the most pivotal down in football, the most important down in football. Not only has it always been up there with the best, but this year in particular is 20 points better than what it once was. And Dak just happened to be first in that category.
Did you hear what I said?
Dog, you ain't finna just sit up here and be, oh, well, QBR don't matter. QBR don't matter here. But no loud sounds, man. I'm not here to scream at y'all today. See, everybody wondering why Voch don't talk like that same old guy, because I just don't know how anymore. I just don't know how. But this is the kind of shit that makes me want to come out and scream. This is the kind of shit that made me want to come out and scream. Let's keep listening.
Shake yourself for that take.
Hold on, Tom. Let's go back so I can. Hold on, wait.
Shake yourself. When anybody says he's the best quarterback in football right now, I gotta say BS. Shake yourself for that take.
Well, I think it's. I don't think she would say like, oh, he.
Mind you, his classmates looking at him like he a plum fool right now, but we'll keep listening.
He's better than Patrick Mahomes, like big picture, but like the way he's playing right now, I mean, I think he is playing at a higher level than anyone, and maybe some of that has to do with the level of competition that he's gone up against over the course of the last 5 weeks or so. But I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, when you're telling me that you have an over 9,
the fucking pudding. I love pudding, Chief. Appreciate you.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, when you're telling me that you have an over 90 QBR on third down, holy mackerel!
I mean,
holy shit is what you wanted to say.
Season where he led the league in third down metrics.
He did, but Dak's done this now consistently throughout his career.
Yeah.
I'm curious, chat. I'm curious. How come when my man Chiafalo makes a fantastic point here, their guy Dawson goes straight to but XYZ, right? If we talking about this, if we're talking about we're playing the best quarterback in the league right now, or Dak's playing like the best quarterback in the league, and Chiafalo follows up with, hey, this stat that's showing what Dak Prescott's doing right now is ridiculous. How come our guy in the top right, how come he just don't go, yeah, man, you right, dog, that stat ridiculous? How come he don't just hit his, oh, that's a fact button?
It's fact.
Voch got one. Voch got one.
It's fact.
I even got a wrong button.
It's false.
But this time,
it's fact.
Why didn't he just look at Chiafalo and say, fantastic work? How come he just didn't look at Chief and go, hey, man, you right, dog. That's a crazy ass stat. Dak going crazy right there. Why didn't he just say that? Why did he go straight to this?
The QBR on third down. Holy mackerel.
Unbelievable.
Carson Wentz went on a season where he led the league in third down metrics.
Carson would have been the MVP if he didn't get hurt. When Carson Wentz was leading those metrics, he was in the MVP conversation. What are we doing? Carson Wentz was the best quarterback in football for a year. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm an objective Cowboy fan. Carson Wentz has been garbage for a long, long time. As an objective Cowboy fan, I can look you in the eye and say, Carson Wentz had an incredible year. He had an incredible MVP campaign. Carson Wentz's numbers that year were godly that year. No loud voice, I'm sorry. What's so hard about acknowledging that? There was a point in time, chat, tell me if I'm bullshitting. There was a point in time where Carson Wentz was the best quarterback in football. This was a real thing that happened once upon a time. It's the MVP of the league. MVP OTY of the year. If somebody says, well, Voch, Carson Wentz had a year where he was the best quarterback in football, I'm a Cowboy fan, and I don't like Carson Wentz at all. I think he's terrible. And he played with the Washington Football Wizards. I can look at you and be like, hey, dog, but he had that year, though, bro. He was the best quarterback that year. I'm looking at Dan the Man in the chat right now. Eddie Cruz in the chat right now. Twitter Brandon, what's up, sir? In the chat right now. Crazy Corvette and Adam in the chat. They looking right at me and they going, well, Voch, Carson Wentz was the best quarterback in football in whatever year that was. All I should say is he was. I can't say, well, but what about his rookie year? Adam S says, you talking Carson Wentz stats, but Carson Wentz got a Super Bowl ring with the Eagles. Dak don't. Man, Carson Wentz got the same goddamn Super Bowl ring that the water boy got. Don't come your ass in here playing with me. Don't come your ass in here playing with me, dog. No. Hey, listen, man, I just keep wondering why Voch don't talk like that same old guy. I just don't know how anymore. I just don't know how. See, he don't know who he fooled with. He thought this was like First Take or something. He thought this was. That boy Carson Wentz got the same ring that the damn strength and conditioning coach got. Who he thought? It's cool. He don't know how we get down over it. It's a chat. No. It's chat. No. That boy think I don't watch football. He thought this was a hockey channel. I just happened to be talking about Dak today. Who this character think he is, dog? I just don't know how, man. He says talking a bunch of nonsense and meaningless stats. I bet it was, sir. Carson got the same ring your ass got. Bye. What was I saying, chat? I apologize. No loud sounds, man. Let me not even. I just wonder why Dawson went straight to another motherfucker that should have won the MVP.
Did you hear what I said?
Dog, if Carson Wentz didn't get hurt, he. All right, dog. Let's just get back into it, man.
But Dak on EQBR on.
And then Wolchuk follows up with a fantastic point. He said, "Hey, man, Dak been doing this shit for years. Dak's been top 5 in this for years, and now he got a year where he's 20 points higher than a top 5 performance. He's 20 points higher than a top 5 performance. Man,
on third down." Holy mackerel.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
Carson Wentz went on a season where he led the league in third down metrics.
He did, but Dak's done this now consistently throughout his career.
Yeah, and he's just taking it up a notch because now he actually has a play caller that is helping him even more. Like Dak was doing this.
Dak deserves so much credit for doing all that shit with Kellen Moore as his play caller.
Did you hear what I said?
But I ain't gonna say nothing else.
Dragging a 90s style off.
One day, chat, when we come to the Salt and Pepper Lounge, that's what we call it. It's the Salt and Pepper Lounge because it's black and white. It's just one of my weekend shows, chat. One day, we're going to talk about, and maybe I need to go watch film when I do this, but one day we need to talk about the idea of Kellen Moore and Dak being fantastic. Kellen Moore leaving. People assuming that Justin Herbert was a better quarterback than Dak. Kellen goes to Justin Herbert. The Chargers immediately going to being a terrible squad. Okay, and Dak Prescott being so much better when Kellen Moore left. Because think about this though, Chad. Dig this. Like they can be like, oh well, Kellen Moore. Well, Justin Herbert only has one wide receiver, Keenan Allen. There was a while where we only had one wide receiver, and we made guys like Cedric Wilson look good. We made guys like Noah Brown and Dalton Schultz look good. Then somebody gonna be like, well, but Voch, the Chargers defense ain't good. Well, we lived through Mike Nolan's defense, Chad. You know what I mean? We lived through hot sauce Mike Nolan. We lived through that, you know. So one day we're going to have a conversation about how good Dak really is compared to how Kellen Moore looks with Justin Herbert. But we'll cross that road when we get there. Let's get back into this work, though. We just talking about Dak being the MVP today. We'll talk about how bad Kellen Moore is later. Here we go.
Like Dak was doing.
Yeah, here we go.
This dragging a 90s style offense to third down success consistently, and now he's like, oh wow, watch what happens when you have some easy buttons for me where I don't have to be a hero. My numbers are telling you I'm a hero, but I'm getting plenty of help from the design, and so because of that, I think he is, all of that being put together, I think he is playing the best football of his career for sure. And in a year where we're trying to figure out who's the MVP, I don't think it's far-fetched to say he's playing the best football of any quarterback in the league right now.
And if he's playing football better than any quarterback in the league right now, he's just better than any quarterback in the league right now. It just is what it is.
No. Pat Mahomes is trying to get to 20 points every time, and he's clawing to try and get there. And he's losing to Jordan Love by scoring like 19 points.
For Pat Mahomes scratching and crawling, trying to get to 20 points, boy. Pat Mahomes on the sideline, stressed out, crawling on the ground, trying to get to 20 points. Climbing under that barbed wire fence, trying to get 20 points. And Dak on the sideline shooting dice, having a cigar, eating a cheeseburger or something, cracking jokes with his guys, flipping the football over. But Voch, Dak did it against bad defenses, right? But some people losing to them bad teams and them bad defenses. Hey, y'all ain't finna bother me, dog. Y'all not finna bother me, dog. Jared Goff lost. Look, Jared Goff lost to the damn Packers on Thanksgiving. Dak Prescott would never lose to no damn Packers on Thanksgiving. He chilling with his fourth quarter hat on. You kidding me?
And a lot of
Jalen Hurts
with supporting cast, no question.
Absolutely, that's why it's just a right now thing. No one in the right mind is saying, "Yeah, I get to have anyone in the league, and I'm going to take Dak over Mahomes." It would be 100%. That would be.
And listen, that's another discussion, right? Because if you say, "Hey, Voch, if you were starting a brand new team and you had to pick Pat Mahomes or Dak Prescott," we not foolish, man. We not stupid. We not crazy. But we're talking about everybody's current setup, everybody's current configuration. And once all that's set, now we're evaluating everybody's results. Dak just happened to be going crazy with his configuration, his results. Let's get back on it.
the single worst decision in all of sports history. It would be the dumbest thing anyone could ever do. Sports history. It would be the dumbest thing anyone could ever do. But to say Dak's playing the best football in the NFL right now at the quarterback position, I think is fair. World is playing his ass off, seeing and I want to give Dak that credit. I also, because I harped on just how much the lack of help he was getting from a coaching standpoint throughout his entire career.
Look at brothers. Yeah, dog. I know, cuz. Hey, yo, chat. Look at brothers. Look at chat. Look at brothers.
Of help he was getting from a coaching standpoint throughout his entire career. I want to point at the people, the Schottenheimer, Mike McCarthy, whoever else was in there and says, "Oh my gosh, there's a different way to play football." And you're extremely late to the party, but it's good to see you here.
Yeah, it is, and thank goodness. And look,
right.
the Jets beat the Eagles, right? And Jalen Hurts is the other quarterback in that MVP conversation. So you still got to go out there and perform against the lesser teams.
You still got to go out there and get into a shootout and Mac Jones throw 300 yards on you. I'm sorry, that was just me. I'm sorry. But you still got to show up and beat them dudes, man. You still got to show up and beat them dudes, man. Like I said, man, I actually said this on my Bleacher Report show that I do every Wednesday. Noon Central. Come and check me out. I was like, man, y'all can't you can't be mad that the Cowboys blow out bad teams when some people are having fist fights with bad teams, or some people are losing to bad teams. Why would I be mad that we beating the shit out of bad teams? For example, right? Eastside Herald in the chat, right? The Houston Texans lost to the Panthers, dog, and the Broncos. Like, but that's still a cool team, though, dog. Cowboys go out there and we on the sideline playing rock paper scissors in the fourth quarter. Man, I be damned, dog. Y'all don't fool me. Them hoes don't fool me, cuz. Let's get back into it, man.
And at least the Cowboys and Dak have done that. So you can only play who's on your schedule, and I understand it. And the critics, that's totally fair, but you still got to go out there and do it.
Just be careful when you're saying Dak's the best quarterback in football.
Why we got to be careful, dog? Why we got to be careful? Be careful for what? Be careful for what? We're not pulling nothing out of our rear here. We having a real conversation. It's on the film. We could do it with the eye test. We could do it with the numbers test. We could do it by ratings. We could do it by rankings. We saying this by regular civilian eyes. The smart people are saying it. Why we got to be careful, dog? Can Dak Prescott all of a sudden not make the throws that Pat Mahomes making? Can he not make the same throws Joe Burrow making? Why is that? Why is that? Man, hold up, dog. Hold on, dog. Hold on. Enjoy the jazz music while I do something real quick. Let me do this. Enjoy the jazz music while I do this. Let me see something real fast. Enjoy my jazz music while I do this, because I'm about to just see something. We doing this in real time, chat. We doing this shit in real time. I got questions. I got questions, chat. We could do this shit in real time. I ain't doing nothing else. Chat, I'm not doing a damn thing else around here. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me look and see what's going on. When was the last 6 weeks? That's what we've been talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what? 10/29. Okay, that wouldn't be a good point. All right, don't worry about it. Hell, chat, don't worry about it. Chat, don't worry about it. Chat, let me tell you what I was about to do. Chat, let me tell y'all what I was about to do. I was about to go I wonder what Jake Ferguson numbers look like next to Travis Kelce numbers. That's bullshit. I would have to compare like CD to Travis or something. You know what I'm saying? I would have to do something like that. But long story short, I got new information. So I moved that Jake Ferguson shot to win. Jake ain't ready. But chat, I will say this though, right? Why can't we say that Dak is playing better than Pat right now? Why can't we? Let me look up. Let me go back to what I was doing. Let me go back to what I was doing. Boy, look, Jake almost had too much dip on his chip there, chat. We almost went a little crack. Let's see what we got here, chat. Let's figure this out on the go. We just chilling as a family. We ain't doing nothing else. So the Green Bay Packers, the Vegas Raiders. Okay, so they beat the Raiders. They had a pretty good game versus the Raiders. They lost to the Eagles. They beat the Dolphins. They got their ass whooped by the daggum Denver Broncos. I mean, by the Broncos. They lost to they beat the Chargers. And then they beat the Broncos here. Hey man, listen, dog. Show me the 40-point games, bro. Show me the 40-point games. What we doing, man? Why can't we? Gavin Dawson? Why can't we? The metrics say that we can. The numbers say that we can. So why can't we? Your Patrick Mahomes plays the same amount of bad teams that we play. And he having fist fights with them, sometimes losing. I look at the Raiders and I consider them a putrid franchise. So what's the problem? Why you ain't blowing them cats out? Y'all blew the Bears out. The Chiefs beat the Bears 41-10. But nobody wants to. You only scored 9 points against the Broncos, dog. Like, what are you doing? Meanwhile, we can come out here and legitimately beat the shit out of one of the best defenses in the league, in the Jets. Beat the shit out of one of the best defenses in the league, but that can't get credit for that. Why can't we? Man, 9 points versus. Come on, dog. All right, let's get back into it, dog. Hey, dog, I really tried to pull up Ferguson stats versus Travis Frederick. I had to avoid mission. I had to get the hell up out of there, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Still got to go out there and do it.
Just be careful when you're saying Dak's the best quarterback in football. You can say he's playing the best, although I would disagree with you. It's just how we define that.
You can't disagree with us because the numbers say that he is playing the best. Okay, I'm just gonna keep listening though.
You can say he's playing the best, although I would disagree with you. It's just how we define that. Or you could say he's being the most productive. I think that's the best way to say it.
But why we got to come up with cute little ways to say it? And look, shouts out to Lucius, right? Lucius is their behind the scenes guy, production guy. And he just played a little sound effect when Dawson said that because Dawson sound crazy saying this shit.
Best, although I would disagree with you. It's just how we define that. Or you could say he's being the most productive. I think that's the best way to say it.
What'd you say?
Being the most productive.
Y'all hear that shit? Dog. Hey, man, I'm not going to say that he the best, but I can say that, like, you know, he most productive right now. What that mean? Chat, what that mean? Chat, what that mean? Let me just run this shit. Hold on, chat, what that even mean, chat?
He's playing the best.
No.
Although I would disagree with you.
Go back some more.
Careful when you're saying Dak's the best quarterback in football. You can say he's playing the best, although I would disagree with you. It's just how we define that. Or you could say he's being the most productive. I think that's the best way to say it.
What'd you say?
Being the most productive. Well,
see, everybody be wondering why Voch don't talk like that same old guy, because I just don't know how anymore. So Tyreek is in the MVP conversation, right? Tyreek Hill. He's in the MVP conversation because he's playing wide receiver better than anybody else. And a lot of the reasons that they point to that, because they change their points and discussions every time. But the reason why they have Tyreek there is because of the amount of yards that he's putting up. And we're talking about Tyreek Hill's yards that he's putting up. We're speaking on his production. Oh man, I can't talk like that same old guy, man. I'm not that dude no more, man. I'm not who I once was, man. Voch can't talk like that same old guy. Let's get back into it, man.
Saying Dak's the best quarterback in football. You can say he's playing the best, although I would disagree with you. It's just how we define that. Or you could say he's being the most productive. I think that's the best way to say it.
Huh? What'd you say?
Being the most productive.
Hey, bro can't fight, but he knocked out everybody, dog. But he can't fight. Hey, man, look, just because he beat everybody in the foot race don't mean he the fastest one out here, dog. I be damn. Hey, listen. He may got the highest max in the whole weight room, but that don't mean he the strongest or no shit like that. You know what I mean? You know, he may have the most bread out of everybody around here, dog. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't the richest just because he got the most $100 bills in his wallet than everybody else. Hey, man, y'all gotta... Man. Chat, what y'all doing, man? Y'all like? Chat, y'all good? Don't worry about it, man. Yo, Dawson think people win the MVP just because a friend recommended them.
Did you hear what I said?
God damn, dog. Like what the business is. Hey, y'all remember when we was kids, and y'all may not have done this, dog, but just my bitch ass school. We had this game. We thought the teacher was just letting us have fun, but in real life the teacher was just sick of us and she wanted us to just sit down and shut up. So we had this thing called the quiet game. And how the quiet game works is a kid would be at the front of the class and they had to, like they were it, right? And the point of the quiet game was to pick somebody that was quiet so that person can be it. So when you in the class, you get to be quiet, you know what I'm saying? You just want to be quiet so that they could pick you to be it. I don't know if y'all had the quiet game when y'all was in school, but I used to be mad at the quiet game, right? Because they didn't always pick the quietest person. They used to just pick their friends, you know what I mean? I used to be mad at that. I used to hate that. I'm like, dog, I'm quiet as shit. Why y'all not picking me to be it in the quiet game, right? Like I'm sitting up here. I'm so silent. I'm covering my mouth. I'm so quiet. But they friends over there giggling, but they'll still pick them. I'm like, man, they're friends over there giggling, making noise, dog. Why they get to be it? This character, Gavin Dawson, sitting up here acting like we saying Dak Prescott the best just because we friends of his. Right? No. Dak is winning the quiet game. He's winning it loudly, but he's in first place, sir. Usain Bolt ain't fast for real. Man, my fault, chat, man. I get carried away, man. I just can't. I can't talk like I used to, man. I'm not that guy no more.
It's the best way to say it.
Huh? What'd you say?
Being the most productive.
Well, right now he's certainly. I mean, it's tough to find anybody else is playing at a higher level than him right now, and hopefully he continues that. And we're going to certainly get
every
the
time
opportunity
Patrick
to
Mahomes
see it.
takes the field, he plays at a higher level than him.
How so? Show me how. How about this? Like, we're showing you tangible evidence, right? We got numbers. And we can, Voch can even pull film and do this, right? I can pull film and do this. Give us some evidence. Like give us, everybody at the panel right now gave numbers. They gave something tangible that you can Google. You can Google it. You can Google it. Where's your tangible evidence?
Continues that, and we're going to certainly get
every
the opportunity
time Patrick Mahomes takes the field, he plays at a higher level than him.
I wish they would have just asked him, how? Show us how. How?
There is what you do, and then there's what's around you. And a lot of these analytics are really struggling to decipher what did the quarterback do and what did the protection and the weapons do. And right now, they've decided we're going to create the formulas for putting it on the quarterback because they're the center of the sport. They're what drives headlines. They're what drives clicks. So there's a lot of offensive metrics that are saying here.
He's saying when CeeDee Lamb catch a touchdown, it ain't got shit to do with your quarterback, boy. He's saying all this quarterback production when the quarterback throw touchdowns to people. He says, man, they made that shit up, dog. They made that stat. He say when we look at air yards and things of that nature, they say, oh well, they created that stat to make the quarterback look better. They created third down efficiency to make the quarterback look better. They created air yards and shit like that to make the quarterback. They created time before thrown. They made that position to make the quarterback look better. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. So when they create these stats, they've created a new standard, right? Like, hey, these are the stats that we're grading quarterbacks off of. Hey, QBR, that's how we decide what a good quarterback is. That's the standard. And then everybody plays the season. If Dak Prescott's still number one in that, in that stat, then he's the best. It's almost like being an athlete, right? Let me cut my jazz back on. I mean, it's almost like being an athlete, right? Once upon a time, it was just, can you run fast? Now they add like, okay, well, are you strong to that? How powerful are you to the list of like, are you explosive? Do you have tight hips? There's a lot of things that goes into athleticism now because we evolve. We evolve, dog. Why can't you, bro? Why can't you, bro? This is just how we grade quarterbacks now. But it's not like we're only grading Dak on some curve. Like every quarterback falls into this. This is the standard for every quarterback. And all of a sudden, we just bullshit and try and make Dak look a little better. Why not make Mahomes look better? Mahomes is the face of the league. Look, Dak is the face of the Cowboys, but Mahomes is the face of the league. So why would we create some metric to make him look worse than Dak? Are you fucking crazy? This motherfucker's sick.
Quarterback do and what the protection and the weapons do.
I gotta hear that whole shit, man. Run that back.
There is what you do, and then there's what's around you. And a lot of these analytics are really struggling to decipher what did the quarterback do and what the protection and the weapons do. And right now, they've decided we're going to create the formulas for putting it on the quarterback because they're the center of the sport. They're what drives headlines. They're what drives clicks. So there's a lot of offensive metrics that are saying, here's what the quarterback is doing to impact this. They are very imperfect.
Which is not true because we've created new stats like catchable passes and turnover-worthy plays. You shitting me, boy. Oh, you shitting me. Chad, you mean to tell me they even have stats that account for what your teammates are doing? And Dak's still top 5 and all that? Dak is still top 5 and all time to throw and all these other metrics. Dak is still, man, y'all not hearing about. See, I don't argue the way I used to, right? A lot of y'all don't know me like that. Some of y'all are new, relatively new, but I used to my early claim to fame was I would hop on Twitter and just fuss with everybody, I don't do much of this anymore, you know what I'm saying? I've gotten cool with a lot of media people, but I've made I've gained a lot of followers because I used to get on the internet and do this, you know what I'm saying? And people want me to come back and do a lot more of this, man, but people really be wondering why I don't fuss like that same old guy, but I just don't know how anymore. I just don't know how anymore. I just don't know how.
To me, they should say, this is what your passing game does more than.
To me is madness.
Did you hear what I said?
But all right, though.
To me, they should say, this is what your passing game does more than this is what your quarterback does. Because you can't take a quarterback.
This motherfucker want to make his own stat. Boy, John Park is rolling his eyes right now. But let's just go.
And have a stat and take away his weapons and then say, this is what he's doing now. It's not what he's doing. He did not go from a 90 rated quarterback to 60. His left tackle is hurt. His best wide receiver is hurt. And you're going to give me a ranking of who's playing the best right now. Well, this guy who's all world is playing his ass off, is seeing the field better, is throwing it better.
How's he seeing the field better? How's he throwing it better? Gavin Dawson, what's your metric that says that Pat Mahomes is seeing the field better and throwing the football better? What's your metric? What's your proof? What's your number? And this ain't me trying to fight you or nothing like that, because I get busy. This ain't me trying to, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to fuss necessarily, but I just want to know where you're coming from when you say that Dak doesn't see the field. Chat, y'all see what I'm talking about? Yeah, Dak doesn't do all the circus shit, but hey, this ain't the most valuable circus shit thrower. This is just,
World is playing his ass off, is seeing the field better.
Yeah. I'm sure Dak is giving a lot of effort too, sir.
Is throwing it better, is more accurate, plays with more anticipation.
It's a good thing people like me exist. We watch film. We break down, me, Okoye Media, Fuster King, Law, Sky, Boss Cowboy, whoever it is breaking down film for you. I'm just glad that we break down film and drop it on the internet for y'all to see it, Because if this was the old days, you just had to take his word for it. You just had to take his word for it. This man just out here, and then he'll, and no disrespect, but he'll admit that he don't watch film for real. So how he know who throw it with better anticipation? All right, okay.
Better, is more accurate, plays with more anticipation, but
Dak has a higher accuracy rating, by the way.
What he does doesn't equal production.
I would say if Dak didn't have that help, which he didn't for a period, right, prior to the Amari Cooper.
If everything that Pat Mahomes is doing doesn't equal production, then maybe that's the reason they're not winning.
Dak didn't have that help, which he didn't for a period, right, prior to the Amari Cooper trade. This offense wasn't playing well. There's been times where Dak hasn't performed and he hasn't had help around him, but Pat Mahomes is now in that situation. Was that narrative and in conversation
Pat
the same
Mahomes
for
won
Dak?
a Super Bowl in that situation last year, Zach.
But he also had Travis Kelce, who at that time was playing.
Pat Mahomes had a top 10 defense. Travis Kelce. I mean, run game was solid, but Chad, if y'all go back and watch Super Bowl, Pat wasn't that great in the Super Bowl. Chad, Patrick Mahomes, and because I watch film, I don't know if he does, but Patrick Mahomes wasn't All he's let me. I knew I wasn't bullshit. See, look, Voch watch film. Hold on, let's just run this back a little bit.
In conversation,
Pat
the same
Mahomes
for
won a
Dak.
Super Bowl in that situation last.
Okay, in that Super Bowl that Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl in, right? Pat was 21 for 27, 182 yards. He averaged 6.7 yards per completion. He threw 3 touchdowns, but a lot of them shits on the goal line. Steele, 21 for 27 for 182 yards. That's dinking and dunking in the Super Bowl, dog. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl running the football and playing defense, bro. 182 yards in the Super Bowl and give him credit like that is madness. But I ain't just making that up, Chad. I just went to go find a stat, a metric, a number that just. All right, bro. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Last year, Zach.
But he also had Travis Kelce, who at that time was playing as an all-pro. That's fine. That's fantastic.
When Dak had nothing, they fired out in 2019 and had to trade for Amari Cooper.
I don't think anyone's trying to say I'm taking.
When Pat Mahomes had nothing of an offensive line, they rebuilt the whole damn offensive line because he got his ass beat by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know what? It's okay, man. Maybe they trying to be cool because they got to work together and shit. But I don't know.
Dak over Mahomes.
That's cool. Yeah.
But right now,
I mean,
I don't think you can discredit the way Dak's playing.
Well, this is the second year in a row, or maybe second out of 3 years, where Mina Kimes has trotted out. Dak's the best quarterback in football right now. That's her take.
So just to address that, Mina Kimes has said this shit because Dak has been the best quarterback in football. He basically just looked us in the camera and said, "Hey man, how come Mina Kimes keep coming out with all these metrics saying that Dak one of the best quarterbacks in football? Why Mina Kimes keep coming out here with all these numbers that back up her point, that supports her point that Dak Prescott's the best quarterback in the league right now?" Chat, I don't know how. Chat, I just don't know how. Chat.
Out of 3 years, where Mina Kimes has trotted out. Dak's the best quarterback in football right now. That's her take.
She does it with statistics, though.
See, over the past couple months, me and Brian Brothers, man, we've had many conversations, bro. We've gotten incredibly close. I'm gonna start calling him Unc soon, but we I can't say everything. Shouts out to my guy Brothers, man, but Mina's not coming out here with her opinion. She's not coming out here with her feelings. She's coming out here with real analytics and numbers, bro.
Second year in a row, or maybe second out of 3 years, where Mina Kimes has trotted out. Dak's the best quarterback in
trotted out is crazy
football right now. That's her take.
She does it with statistics, though.
Yeah,
she does it with analytics.
Right.
That's how she's reading the game. She's reading it through analytics, and the analytics is actually I'm learning about this analytics stuff too. It's proving correct.
Brian Broadus is receiving the new information. He's embracing new information. He's not running from it. He's not calling it BS. Brian Broadus is receiving this new information and he's going, "Hey man, they on to something about your quarterback, bro."
That's how she's reading the game. She's reading it through analytics, and the analytics is actually I'm learning about this analytics stuff too. It's proving correct.
It can't be this. It can't be your argument.
I think if you're one of those folks that that do believe in analytics, I think it's
wait. I was trying to set the phones up. What you mean it can't be your argument?
It can't be this. It can't be your argument.
Why?
I think if you're one of those folks that that do believe in analytics, I think it's a decent argument.
Okay, then say from the analytical perspective, this is where baseball was when it got into trouble with taking everything the computer said.
Yeah.
And they had all these ideas about how they could define the game. The Mavericks got in trouble with believing Bob Voulgaris on this.
Sure.
It is sport, okay? You watch it and your eyes are going to tell you a very, very important component of that no one stat absolutely can tell you.
I think the most important thing for Dak is he's not turning the ball over.
The most important thing for Dak is the defenses he's playing have been terrible.
Salute.
I'm just glad y'all here, man. I'm just glad y'all here, bro. I'm just glad y'all here to see this and just know I ain't making it up, bro.
No one stat absolutely can tell
I think the most important thing for Dak is he's not turning the ball over.
The most important thing for Dak is that the defenses he's playing have been terrible.
But
what is that?
That's to me. I understand what you're saying there. But the schedule thing, you can't. You can't.
Right, but that doesn't mean I have to give him credit for something he hasn't done just because he's gotten to beat bad teams.
Well, he hasn't won a
Pat Mahomes got an interception. He threw an interception versus the Packers. Pat Mahomes threw an interception versus the Eagles. Those are two bad defenses. Broncos defense is good. Pat Mahomes threw an interception versus the LA Chargers. That's a terrible defense. The Broncos defense wasn't good then, so he threw one interception versus the bad Broncos. Pat threw 2 picks versus the Jets. Dak did not. But I just wanted to just compare that. Comparatively speaking. He threw an interception versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the Lions don't have a horrible defense, but he did throw a pick versus the Lions. Those are numbers. I didn't make that up. That's real things that happen. Those are real life. They happen. I didn't make those stats up. And when they put those stats in his interception column, they wasn't just trying to shit on Pat Mahomes. I'm gonna make up a fake number to shit on him. No, he threw interceptions versus those teams. He threw interceptions versus those teams. Half Dak picks came from one game. That was against 49ers. And that was at the end of the game. He was pressing, trying to win the game. I don't know, bro. I just don't know how to do this no more, man. I don't know how, man. Where's my mouse?
Won a Super Bowl, right? That's what it comes down to. Mahomes
this
won a
season.
Super Bowl. Dak
This season.
hasn't.
I mean, you said it in Brian.
Keep the pressure on that secondary. Mina Kimes on her show. She had Mike Golick Jr., a friend of the show, Gojo, on with her.
Hold on.
At any.
There we go.
Right? That's what it comes down to. Mahomes
this
won a
season.
Super Bowl. Dak
This season.
hasn't.
I mean, you said it and Brian just said it. You can only play who's on your schedule.
Sure,
okay, that's cool.
true.
But if you go 10-0 against bad teams, that does not
And the bad teams on Pat Mahomes' schedule. Pat threw the ball to them. It's just
force me to comply with the idea that they're contenders. That all that says is they've only beaten the bad teams. That doesn't invalidate the idea that I need to see them beat greatness to say
Pat Mahomes done lost to some bad teams. It's okay.
They're great.
And he's going to get that opportunity to do that, no doubt. But you can't discredit this run that he's on right now. And last week, I mean, there's a lot of good players in that Seattle secondary that he shredded last week, and that defense played terrible. He had to put the team on his back, and he did so.
Yeah. I don't want to discredit him. Thanks for giving me that opportunity there.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, I'm with you on. If I have a first pick in an NFL draft, I'm taking Mahomes.
Yeah,
I mean, and I don't think
100%.
Dawson is discrediting Dak when he's saying Mahomes is still obviously better.
But Mahomes is even proving
he doesn't believe in it because the games they played. That's his argument. He doesn't believe because of their opponents, and that's why he doesn't believe.
And you're not alone, because we get texts. It is. We get texts all the time that are saying, who have you beaten? And you're right. You're going to get to play the Eagles. You're going to get to go to Buffalo, go to Miami, right? You're going to get to play the Lions.
The way the schedule fell.
Even when people make that argument, like you've played the Eagles and Dak he's already thrown for 374 yards and 3 touchdowns versus the Eagles. He's done that already. The Jets is a fantastic defense. They're a losing team, but they're a fantastic defense. Look at what your quarterback did to them. If you want to put Carolina's pass defense in that conversation, then sure. Look at all that talent on the damn Seahawks defense. I mean, look. I don't know.
Oh, that's
and if
that's
he stinks, then we'll look. He won't be playing as the best quarterback in football. But today, right now, the run that he's on, you could say that he is.
Yeah, I think he's going to go play great over the next 4 weeks. I don't know if they're going to win 2 games or 3 games or all of them, I think he could be the MVP. But, we were in a season about 7 years ago where Case Keenum looked like a top 3 MVP candidate at this point.
Chat, y'all like? Ride Trap, how you doing, brother? What's good with you, man? David J, what's good? Doc Woods, how you doing, sir? You doing all right? Just want to check in on you. Brother Gerard, what's happening with you? It's good. Nigerian Prince, we all are, sir. Right, what's going on, man? I'm good, Lord King. I just want to check up on y'all. I'm just not I'm not the same Voch I was from 3 years ago. I don't know how to be that guy anymore, but I'm chilling. Marcus Harrison, would you do me a favor and take a picture of your merchandise and please send me an email so I can send that to Mr. Zach Golson, please? Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Common Sense Lab, you good? Everybody ain't got that, dog. Everybody ain't got common sense. Look, shouts out to my mother, man. Shouts out to my mom, man. Miss Catty say you just can't assume people got good sense. You can't. I feel you, DJ. I'm gonna come to you on the phone next, DJ. Hang tight, I got you. I got you, DJ. Don't worry about it. I hope y'all enjoying the music, by the way. It's a new little weekend thing. We going black and white. We go to the Salt Pepper Lounge. It's in black and white. Appreciate y'all. Let's at least listen to his context and see what he's talking about.
But, we were in a season about 7 years ago where Case Keenum looked like a top 3 MVP candidate at this point because he was on a loaded Vikings team that was running the hell out of the football. Okay? It's not who he was. He was not that great ever in his career. No. But he was in a situation that allowed him to produce statistically like a great.
What do you think Dak Prescott is? I mean, if you had to evaluate what Dak Prescott is, I'm not talking about right now. What do you evaluate him as?
Let's talk about some music.
You're
probably top 10 quarterback.
Just top 10. So it's top 10. Anything else?
Let me just tell y'all what I love about this part right here. Shouts out to my guy Will Steele. Will Steele, the best in the business. Will pointed this out on Twitter, and he said, you know what? Broadus even gave him the opportunity to talk real football with him. You know what I'm saying? No little nonsense, no BS, right? Like no fake sneaky stuff, right? He gave him an opportunity to talk real football with him. And he couldn't. Let's listen and see what he had to say.
Okay. It's not who he was. He was not that great ever in his career. No. But he was in a situation that allowed him to produce statistically like a great.
What do you think Dak Prescott is? I mean, if you had to evaluate what Dak Prescott is, I'm not talking about right now. What do you evaluate him as?
Let's talk about some music.
You're
probably top 10 quarterback.
Just top 10. So it's top 10. Anything else you want to add to that? I mean, tell me about what you see as a player. Not just top 10. Tell me what you see as the player.
Oh, I see a guy that really requires good protection.
Most guys do.
Yes. Yeah, most guys do.
Most guys do. I mean, Hurts is struggling right now with their situation.
He's way better than Hurts.
Yeah, but they're sitting there talking about, but you look at these situation.
He's way better than Hurts.
Yeah, but they're sitting there talking about, but you look at these quarterbacks. There's been times for Mahomes. I think with Mahomes, they've had some bad drops, but they haven't really protected him all that well. He always seems like every time he goes back, he's running for his life. Yeah. I'm just curious of what you see as the player. Not
guy that holds on to the ball, guy that's gotten a lot better throwing with anticipation now that he's got routes going in that direction.
That's been a big help, no question.
But a guy who, against good defense and pressure, is not going to have the answers. As that water temperature gets warmer and warmer and warmer, the eyes are going to look down as the pressure comes. When it looks back up, I can't decipher and fire like a Tom Brady. He's much more Peyton Manning. Diagnosing pre-snap, setting things up, and getting matchups that he can attack than a guy who can quickly look into the secondary, see an opportunity, and let it fly.
I don't think he's ever been that guy.
No,
I don't think he ever has. But I think the things that I think he's gotten better at some.
So he's a Peyton Manning without the velocity and accuracy. That's the way I see him. And, as a result, we're still in a spot where we're waiting to see him win playoff games against good.
He was just Case Keenum
teams.
No,
he's beaten bad teams that could have been or could have not been in the playoffs. We got to run biggest L, biggest dub on.
I don't know, chat. So Case Keenum that year. Case Keenum threw for 3,500 yards and 22 touchdowns. Dak was a little better than that his rookie campaign. And when we talk about Dak Prescott, when I talk about Dak Prescott, right, there's certain Dak Prescott years I avoid, like the hurt years, like those don't count. I don't count the hurt years. So when Dak is healthy and he's doing Dak things, right, Dak in 2019 was like 4,900 yards and 30 touchdowns, bro. 2021, 4,400 yards and 37 touchdowns, bro. Crazy. Hell, Case Keenum, hold on. That year, Gavin, that Case Keenum year, 22 touchdowns. Dak threw 20 in just the last, 8 weeks? Nah, man. We talking about Case Keenum, right? Hold on. Chat, remember these numbers. Chat, 3,500, 22, and 7. 3,500, so 35, 22, and 7. That's yards, touchdowns, interceptions. 35, 22, 7. This year, Dak with 12 games under his belt, right? And Case Keenum played postseason and everything. And this is all shit you can Google. I'm not in my feelings. 35, 22, and 7. Dak Prescott at 12 games is at 3,200. That's about 400 or something yards less right now. He already passed him in touchdowns. Dak got 26 touchdowns. Keenum had 22. And Dak got 6 interceptions. Sir, you better look them numbers up if you start talking crazy on the radio, dog. But chat, this isn't who I am though, chat. I don't do this, man. I don't do all the fussing and fighting. I don't do all the fussing and fighting, chat. Everybody's wondering why Voch don't talk like that same old guy. I just don't know how anymore. I just don't know how, man. Hey, man. They can't fool me. Can't fool me, my guy. Can't fool me, man. That's cool. And Dak sat down, 6 4 quarters or something? 7? And he got more games to play. Let's get into the phones, man. I'm only going to answer 2 people or 3 people. I'm going to get up off of that. Where my phone at, man? What's up, DJ?
What's going on, Voch? How you doing, brother? It's been a minute.
Man,
I'm glad I can get in with you.
I'm just trying to bring some enlightenment to my people, man. I don't want to discourage anyone from coming out here and being who they really are, but I'm just trying to encourage people to really think about what they say before they say it. That's all.
Fair enough. Well, and it's perfect that you're talking about Dak right now, man, because I got a story. You know, I've watched every Thursday night football game all year. Seen everybody, and I don't know if you know about Prime Vision or if that's how you watch the game, but that's what I use to watch it.
The conference has been locked.
Put all like the little analytics, and then they'll highlight certain things, or they have little animations on the screen and all that kind of stuff. You get an all 22 look. It's a different way to watch the game. It's pretty entertaining.
Yes, sir.
Despite the product that's being put out on Thursday night football this year as a whole.
Sure.
But they have this thing when a wide receiver gets open. The little circle goes from white to green.
Oh.
Meaning that they're open.
That's fair.
And pretty much all year, you know, the guy would be open. You know, you could probably do it like a 2 or a 3 count. And, you know, but when Dak played the Seahawks on a Thursday night, he was throwing the ball to this whichever wide receiver before it turned green. It would turn green, the ball's halfway there.
Mm-hmm.
That made me curious. I had to go research a little bit. There's nobody that really came out and definitively said, oh, it's this quickly or it works this fast, but it's anywhere from 0.1 to 0.4 seconds after they have 2 to 3 yards of separation from any defender. Meaning, Dak is processing on the field faster than Amazon.
Did you hear what I said?
Okay.
He's processing faster than AI. Now, I understand. I know how football works. There's a lot of, understanding pre-snap, post-snap stuff, all that kind of stuff. But he is processing and getting the ball out faster than AI can identify that his wide receiver was open. Right. And it happened. It didn't just happen once. It was like 4 or 5 different situations where that was the case. It's madness. And, you know, so that was my little story time. My other thing is I think we got to give credit to Kellen Moore, and just hear me out. I think we have to give credit to Kellen Moore because of his system and the way he did things between option routes and limiting him off system and all that kind of stuff. Because how many times this year have you seen Dak talk once, twice, 3 times or whatever? Because when you think about it, especially with the option route, you don't not only have to see the field with your wide receivers, you have to see the defense, you have to see where they are and confirm that's where they're going to be. Now he doesn't have to do that. He's so definitive with the ball now that how we see it as night and day difference between how he's playing. And I think Kellen Moore gets the credit for that. Unintentionally, he didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't real, but he's still at fault for it. So I think between those 2 things and just what they've done this year, it's really been nice on this side because the reason that these people can't give Dallas credit or give Dak credit is because the Dallas Cowboys are so big and got so many views and whatever they're looking for that they've predicated their entire career. They've been their entire career of hating the Cowboys, of the Cowboys not winning a Super Bowl, of the QB not being successful. They built their entire career on it. And they can't back out of it now, even though there's nothing to say. That's why they can't say anything about the past 6 games outside of the fact that they lost to the Eagles. But you can't say anything about Dak. They're like, they haven't played nobody. That's the only thing that they can say. Leaving out the fact that they've only played the 2 teams that they had ahead of them anyway. They've only lost to the 2 teams that they had in front of the Cowboys anyway, but that doesn't matter because... Let me bring it back down. It's not with the vibe of what you got with your black and white.
No loud
I got you on the TV too. I just got it on mute.
No loud sound.
Bring it back down. But the way he's playing this year, the way that the Cowboys are playing, it's far and away and very clear if anybody uses the eye test or the metrics that he's playing better than anybody else in football right now. And it's not close.
Hey, man. You ain't saying nothing wrong at all, DJ. You basically said what, I've been kind of saying over these past, just breaking down these clips or whatever. Like you just can't fake the funk at this point, man. You can try your hardest to fake the funk, man, but the funk cannot be faked. It cannot be faked. There are parameters and safety features that keep people from faking the funk. And your ass coming out here saying that Dak processing faster than Amazon. I ain't thinking that way, but I'm about to go right back to this damn Amazon clip on demand. I'm about to watch and see how many times he can outthink Amazon. I got something to do today. Appreciate you, DJ.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. I love watching Amazon, boy. All the little lines come on the screen. You shitting me? Please. What's up, Jazz?
Hey, Bossy, how's it going?
Life is so fantastic. Talk to me about Dak Prescott, his MVP candidacy, or if you just want to say something crazy about this Dawson character, you can please feel free.
I actually want to do both.
It's your world. Go ahead.
I want to start off by saying thank you. Huh?
Go ahead. It's your world. Go ahead. Do both. Do both.
Okay. Yeah, I want to start off by saying thank you for telling everybody that they should be way bigger fanboys and fangirls. Honestly, Mina Kimes is the queen. She has been talking facts for years and supporting Dak for years with facts and stats. Had a kid, came back like she didn't miss a beat. I love it. But yeah, I think one thing that people need to be reminded of is that, as she said, there's multiple metrics in which Dak Prescott leads the NFL. And I think that's one of the things that was lost among the conversation with the guys on Keybag Nation, because they kept harping on this one thing as though and then just trying to play it down and make it seem like it was insignificant. But I think the thing that disappointed me the most about what Gavin had to say was that he didn't really combat stats with stats. He was saying things like, oh, you have to be careful when you say that Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the league, and it's like, well, why? And then he didn't exactly support any other quarterback by saying well, I've seen this quarterback do this, and I haven't seen Dak do it. As he pointed out, statistically, every successful quarterback is going to have to beat bad teams. At any given point in the NFL, unless you have some weird-ass situation where there's a bunch of tie games, 50% of the teams are going to be losing teams. So 50% of the teams are going to be what a lot of people in national media are calling bad teams, because they have losing records. That's just the way the schedule goes. And so these winning teams, most of their wins are going to be against quote-unquote bad teams or teams with losing records. So this whole idea that Dak Prescott isn't as good because he's played against quote-unquote bad teams or bad defenses is ridiculous just on the surface from a statistical perspective. And then there's this whole thing about
Jazz, one more thing for you say that though. This is how bad it's gotten, because it's really only 7 good teams, right? So now Dak, whether it's a bad team, he can't even beat 500 teams. The damn Seahawks are a damn good team. The Rams are he can't even beat teams floating around 500. That's how bad it is right now. Go ahead, ma'am, please.
Right, and then some of the specifics that he brought up weren't even accurate. This idea that Dak is holding on to the ball too long. So I'm gonna read you something real quick. I shouldn't, because I'm driving, but I'm good. I'm safe. Cruise control. So I had to look this up because I was I could have sworn we were just complimenting Dak Prescott for actually getting the ball out really quickly. And this is from an article that was written in this September, so a couple of months ago. The Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott had an average time snap to throw of 2.11 seconds, according to PFF. That was the quickest release time among starting quarterbacks in the league by 0.23 seconds, so almost a quarter of a second faster. So when he says that Dak is holding on to the ball too long, it's almost like he's making stuff up. And then this whole idea that Dak can't read the field, I'm like, okay, have we not seen Dak literally manipulate defenses with his eyes, something that you have to be able to read the field to do? We've heard Jake Ferguson and CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks all talk about how they're all on the same page, they're all looking and reading the same thing. In order for that many people to be seeing the same thing at the same time, your quarterback's got to be reading the field well. And then we've even heard people on the defensive side of the ball. How many quarterbacks in the league have their star defensive players saying, that's my quarterback, and defending him and supporting him in that way? Usually you don't see that kind of crossover between the two sides of the ball. But Micah Parsons has been defending and supporting Dak Prescott all year. So what that tells me is that if you're looking at the most valuable player, the player that is doing the most for their team, Dak Prescott as a passer, as a runner, as an inspiration, as a motivator, as a leader, as a play caller, as a person doing interviews, he is good to elite in all those categories, which makes him valuable. I think it's really disrespectful to try to say Tyreek Hill should be MVP because he got a lot of yards this year. Not to mention the fact that there's a whole separate award for that. It's called NFL Offensive Player of the Year. And I don't know why nobody's bringing that up. I'm like, okay, if y'all really want Tyreek Hill to get a damn award that bad, give him that one. He's doing good on offense. Offensive Player of the Year, cool. But does that really make him more valuable than somebody who's doing all the things that Dak Prescott is doing for his team? It's crazy. But can I say one more thing? I know I've been talking for a while.
No. Do your thing. Go ahead, please.
But I think what it comes down to, and I think this is what Gavin is dealing with, it's the fact that acknowledging how good Dak Prescott is would mean having to have a lot of other conversations that people just quite frankly aren't ready to have. And I say this because I've actually been looking up just old articles on Dak Prescott. I mean, going back to college, like 2012, 2014. And what's interesting is that things will get introduced into the conversation, and this is from articles and videos that you can tell people try to get around. Like, there's this clip from when, during the draft, where Jason to convince Jerry Jones to draft Dak Prescott. And Jerry Jones is basically like, how will that work? Can he work with our system? And Jason Garrett starts saying like, well, we can introduce some of that zone read stuff like what they're doing in Carolina. And by that he meant Cam Newton. And so I think whenever they start talking about Dak Prescott being MVP, it brings them back to that conversation of the impact of people like Dak Prescott and Cam Newton and Michael Vick, and what we're seeing in this transition in the style of quarterbacking that's actually making a difference on the field. And that leads to a whole different conversation about development and the impact of practice time and how that's being negotiated in CBA. Long story. But anyway, I think what's happening is that a lot of people don't want to have those conversations. And as long as on each show there's somebody disagreeing, they can avoid actually going that far into it. They can stop at, well, I think Dak Prescott should be MVP. Okay, well, I don't. And they can just have that argument, and they don't really have to get any deeper than that. But if you were to have people start agreeing, like, yeah, Dak Prescott is playing better than everybody, then you have to say, okay, how did this happen? What does that say about how we do our draft boards? What does that say about this eyeball test that so many of us depend on? What does that say about how we evaluate players altogether? And I think, like, especially with what we're seeing, for example, with this argument about how people should be giving more credit to Josh Allen. Why? But I think what we're seeing in both those conversations is all of people's biases coming up, and people would rather just, like, lean into them and not go into the stats and facts and analytics than actually admit that, like, okay, we might have to reevaluate some things about how we run this media business.
Sure. Hey, tell them where to find your good stuff, because I know you got some more facts and some more information that you want to show to people on your YouTube channel, your podcast. Tell them where to find it.
Yeah, just go to bitcheslifesports.com. You'll find my Twitter, Spotify, YouTube, all that.
Thank you so much. And you know what, chat? That's something else that we got to think about too, though, right? Dak has turned into a whole new dude from the dude he was at first, right? I talked about this early in the show, but, you know, it was about 700 or so of y'all that wasn't here earlier. It was about 700 of y'all that wasn't here earlier. You know, most of these players, they are who they are. Like, they the same dude they were when they got here. They the same dude they were. Your same profile in college is the same dude you are now. So now Dak Prescott, Mississippi State dude, has evolved 3, 4, 5 times. Now he's MVP Dak, which is a whole new dude than he was last year because he ain't turned the football over at all. Crazy. Let's get 214 on the line. Who this?
It's him. It's him.
Him?
It's him.
Who is him?
Oh shit! I'm on.
Yeah.
Got it. Whoa. Okay. You got your button ready?
Shit. Which one? I got 12 buttons. Shit. Goddamn. Which button?
Oh, hey. First of all, I appreciate the water move. I lost 40 pounds. My water tastes great.
Okay.
You said Thank you, baby, for stopping. Colin writes a text, right?
Huh?
Colin writes a text. You said Colin writes a text. Colin Cowherd.
Yeah, Colin Cowherd. Yeah, Colin Cowherd write the checks for sure. Right, yeah.
You know what else he writes? Notes.
Mm-hmm.
He writes notes because he paying attention. Because all I hear is they got dudes. That's your shit.
Oh, Colin Cowherd say that?
My bad. Is your grandmama listening?
No. She don't listen on Sundays post game shows.
Okay. Anyway, all I hear he got dudes. They got dudes. That's your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I could swore he said something about you get more information, you change your opinion. He said that.
Yeah.
And he said at the beginning of the year, and thanks to you, Bubba, I was like, man, this is actually in September. And in September, Colin said, are we really going to be talking about Dak Prescott being top 5?
Yeah.
In 3 months from now?
Yeah.
Cassie, can you stop? I'm with Voch. Anyway, like 3 months later, he's like, that's top 3.
Hey, man. Colin Cowherd better not be listening to me, man.
Yeah. He writing the checks. He writing notes, though, because you're on your shit. Hey, I got one more for you.
Go ahead.
I got one more for you.
Mm-hmm.
If Dak walked on water, the haters will be saying it's because he can't swim.
Oh, man. Okay, say it again. What happened? Say that one more time.
If Dak walked on water, the haters will say it's because he can't swim.
Yeah, that's real shit. That's real shit. Hey, man, appreciate you. Good call, dog.
But appreciate you, Bubba. Yep. Man, I didn't even think I was coming in. You said we had 3 callers. Appreciate you.
Hey, man. Hey, you was here, man. Appreciate you. Good call, dog. Salute. Yep. I'm trying to find the clip. Trying to find the clip, Chad, but I don't know if I can. I don't want to play it too loud. You know what I mean? I don't want to play. Wait. Go ahead. I said, where you going? He said, to get some milk and Wait.
Take your time, put these badass on. It's a shame how badass son upstairs. The 2-year-old heard the 2-year-old say, where the cookers and shit.
Buddy say.
He gonna him downstairs. Who the fuck is him?
That's what I should have said. I wish I had that ready. I was like, hey, who did he say him?
Him downstairs. Who the fuck is him?
I wish I had it ready, but I ain't have it ready, chat. All right. Last one. No more loud noises, y'all. Let's get back into it. Last one. Moses, what's up, bro?
What's going on, boss man?
What's good, player? What you got for the show?
Man, I'm going to speak from this perspective here. So, just briefly, I graduated from this whole listening to content type form, right? At first, it was just the 4-letter networks, watching the local, channels. Then it came to listening to the radio and getting the perspective from listening to 105.3. And now it's the, listen to yourself and Sky and Law, Boss, Okoye, Foot. What I noticed is, once again, is that these people that's in the mainstream media, 4-letter networks, 2-letter networks, on the radio, they having to walk back everything they said about him, everything they said about Dak Prescott. It makes them feel uncomfortable. The need to be right makes you feel uncomfortable when you have to admit that you may have been wrong. See, they keep on talking about the eye test. See, you go to the supermarket and you're trying to shop for an apple, orange, some type of vegetable, whatever. Your eye test tell you, hey, this is good enough to take home. When you cut up that orange, it's more than likely it may be rotten. It's more than likely that sometimes it has no juice to it, right? Sometimes the eye test lies to us. Sometimes reality, no longer what we believe or what we perceive, is applicable. That's where evidence, that's where new perspective is worth taking that new evidence to gain new perspective. These guys don't want to get new perspective. Gavin Dawson, I ain't heard him. He's a Dak hater. He doesn't want to change his perspective. What he believed about Dak 8 years ago is what he's going to believe about him now. He's not going to change. What we have to do as the true individuals like yourself is analyze what they're saying, take it for what it is, and throw it back in the trash where it belongs. Simple as that. Dak Prescott doing his thing, he's going to lead us to where it needs to be. And as he's trying to manifest greatness, we need to help him and manifest greatness with him. It's just simple and plain. With that being said, I'm going to leave it at that. Let's just watch Dak do work. Let's watch him shut these people up, make them feel uncomfortable. And it's as simple as that. Let's be Cowboys fans. Let's be happy. Let's enjoy the journey of 4 MVP ride. And if it leads to 6, hey, boss, you going to jail. I'm running down the street with my drawers on, man, but we going to celebrate.
I'm be
not
gone.
in the same place. Pause.
I'm be gone, and you gonna be in jail for a different reason, dog. Appreciate you, Moses. Boy, Moses gonna have to register somewhere. Moses going to jail for a whole different reason, boy. Shit.
You gonna tell her him downstairs? Who the fuck is him?
Somebody said I crushed the smoothie. What the smoothie do to me? Man, I'm hungry as hell, man. We're gonna cook this tomahawk steak later. Thank you, man. It was incredible. We're gonna cook this tomahawk steak later. And all that, but dadgummit, man. I'm starving. All right, let's read these subas. In black and white, why not? It's the Salt and Pepper Lounge, baby. You already know. Hey, yo, chat, the band going crazy right now. And listen, there's a lot of women in the chat, okay? So y'all fellas, behave yourself, okay? Behave yourself. Relax. Eric Munoz dropped a deuce and says, will you be at AT&T tomorrow? I'm gonna be at HOME tomorrow. STREAMINGing tomorrow. Appreciate you, sir. Adrian Lindsay dropped 5 and says, my high school state championship ring has more value as a two-way starter than Wentz's as a bench guy. That's real shit, Adrian. That's real shit, man. People hate on like high school accomplishments and all that. High school football is real football. It's real football, dog. Relax. Special Ace dropped a deuce and says Tom Brady was better, but Gannon won it in 2002. Dak for MVP. You damn right. Heist dropping 5 and says Saturday soliloquy. So what it got? Keith Murphy, the unbeaten, drop 5 says Dak the best. I saw him and Hurts were outplayed by Mr. Irrelevant. Until he exercises those San Francisco demons, I'm out on Dak. Well, I'm sorry to hear that from you, sir. And honestly, they got metrics on that too. It's called yards at the catch. Purdy got a lot of it, but it's okay. Cool Hand Lou drop 5 and says, damn, I'm glad you're addressing this. I was listening yesterday when he said this. Had to turn it off. He had no baseline for this position, just spewing. Position was the word I was looking for like an hour ago. I kept saying his argument, his idea, his thoughts. His position is what I was looking for. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Cool Hand. Common Sense Lab says Gavin is the male Joy Taylor. Joy is she's in her own category. Shit made me say F Dak Prescott. David J dropped a dime and says, bro, Dak needs to put a sticker on Gavin Dawson on that colon bucket. Hey, look, I've been seeing y'all put the cup and y'all put the crap emoji together. Is that what it is? If that's what it is, y'all created in the mug, dog. The cup and the crap emoji together. Y'all going a little crazy. And that's all. Chat, appreciate y'all, man. This was a good one, man. I wasn't even gonna do this, and I don't know what it is, man, about these weekend live streams that end up going 2 hours. I don't want it to go 2 hours, man. I don't be wanting my weekend. I just be wanting to come in for 30 minutes and talk to y'all. Like my regular volume streams be like an hour 30 minutes, dog. Time flies when you're having fun, you know? But this is Salt and Pepper Lounge, y'all. That's what we do. Marcus Harrison says, I'd rather be inconspicuous than grandiose. Why? Because when you build quietly, your enemies know what or where to attack. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Appreciate you, Marcus Harrison. Don't forget that pic, Marcus Harrison. Send that to my email, please, so I can inform Mr. Ghostin. I appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all to pieces. I appreciate all the new people that are here that we don't get a chance to see all the time. Y'all hit subscribe if you have not. Like I said, we do this Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. Central. Sometimes we don't do it on Thursdays. Hey, we ain't always got something to talk about.
Yeah, here we go.
We don't always do this on weekends, but hey, if I got something to talk about on the weekend, we'll do it on the weekend. Okay. I just saw Law Nation talk about this, and I got inspired to do it, so I just did it. But Law, my OG, he's the best. Y'all follow me on all my socials. Y'all check me out on patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. That's where all my film is, and I'll catch y'all on the post game show after every Cowboy W. All right, y'all hold down for the Doski Woski Peasky Whiskey. Till next time. Bye.